MPJ fans or new people, whoever's listened to the show, welcome. My name's Nigel. Welcome to my panel, to Paul, to Dave, and to Ian. Welcome, gang.
Hello.
What's MPJ? Music reviews. We review all the latest rock albums, and we rate them out of 5, and we reveal our results in an album of the year show, album of the month show even. And today we are reviewing none other than the mercurial, the brilliant, the legends that are Blue Oyster Cult, and their album Ghost Stories. Well, if you've not heard of Blue Oyster Cult, really. They're an American rock band formed in Long Island in Stony Brook in New York in 1967. The band has sold over 25 million records worldwide, including 7 million in the US. The band's fusion of hard rock with psychedelia and a passion for occult, fantastical and tongue-in-cheek lyrics had a major influence in heavy metal music. They developed a cult following while achieving mainstream hits like Don't Fear the Reaper and Burning for You. Their commercial success, both songs and others such as Godzilla, remain classic rock radio staples. The band were early adopters of music video format, and their video received heavy rotation on MTV in its early period. Blue Oyster Cult continued to make studio albums and tour throughout the 80s, and although their popularity declined such that they were dropped from their long-time label CBS, following the commercial failure of the 11th studio album Imaginos in 1988, other than contributing to the soundtrack of 1992 film Band Channels, an album of re-recorded material, cult classics in 1994, the band continued as a live act and to release their first studio album, original material in 10 years, Heaven Forbid in 1998. Lackluster sales of Curse of the Forbidden Mirror in 2001 led to another hiatus from studio recording, and they continued to perform in live within the next decade and a half. 2 more studio albums released in the 20s, A Symbol remains in 2020, and now Ghost Stories. The latter is, which to be said, the band's last. Now, Dave, Blue Oyster Cult, mean anything to you? Heard of them?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, I've not been living in a hole. Yeah, I was really looking... This is probably one of the ones on the list this month that I was really looking forward to, because aware of their pedigree, obviously, and yeah. I was really, really, really disappointed, though. From the moment I put it on, I was like, this just... It sounds like it sounds like one of their old albums. In all fairness, if you had told me this was recorded back in the 80s or somewhere like at that sort of time period, I'd have completely believed you. Obviously, we had a quick conversation off camera, and you mentioned that this was a lot of stuff that was from the cutting room floor. Yeah, probably a lot of it should have stayed there, to be fair. There was a lot of it. There were some covers in here that I recognised. And as I was listening to it on Spotify, I was scrolling up, and I noticed there was one particular cover on there, and I saw the title of it, and I was like, oh dear, I've got a funny feeling I'm not going to enjoy this. Now, musical people and journeys is this podcast, because my musical journey started by raiding my dad's vinyl collection and listening to his Beatles records. So I am a massive Beatles fan. When I saw that they had a Beatles cover on here, I did fear the worst, and they delivered on that as well. One of the great things about the Beatles was their ability to harmonise with each other. Who they were harmonising with in this song, I do have no idea, because it wasn't with each other. It was fucking awful, absolutely awful. It actually, the first time I listened to it, it actually made me want to commit murder. It really did. It was that bad. I was just like, I kind of finally get where you come from now, Nigel, where it's like covers not always the best thing in the world, and in this case, in fact, I need to stop, because I'm winding myself up again. It was incredibly bad.
When it comes to Blue Oyster Cult, mate, you can't fear the worst. You have to fear the Reaper.
Oh, I fucking knew you were going to do that.
And let's face it, when it got to that song, the Reaper certainly came out, because you're absolutely right. They did absolutely murder it.
Yes.
Ian, Blue Oyster Cult, what did you think?
Well, this has just proved a theory that I've been fine-tuning, and it is, if I love an album, I say to Dave, don't listen to it, you won't like it. If I hate an album, I go, Dave, listen to this, you might like it. Because it seems like we have the negative image of each other's music. So I'm really sorry. Sorry. Right. Yeah. So Blue Oyster Cult. Obviously, I'm aware of them from the past. I'm really sorry. Nothing I can do about that. The coffee machine's just turned itself off. I'm really sorry. So I'm aware of them. Obviously, they're a huge track, but not much else. And I've tried listening to some of their other stuff, and really I just haven't been able to get into it. So I was a bit reluctant about this one being on there. But again, open mind, see what happens. Oh my God, I love this album. Absolutely loved it. I thought that speaking of the covers, the Animals cover is incredible. Really, really good version of We Gotta Get Out of This Place. Absolutely brilliant. And I think when a band does a good cover and it actually fits in with the rest of the album they're doing, that's a big attraction for me, because I can identify with something and then I can enjoy the music more, because I can listen how they're translating a familiar sound, and that helps you understand what their sound is. So again, it's one of the bands I'm going to go back over and listen to their previous albums and see if that experience has changed my opinion of their previous stuff. But this album was, I thought it was really intelligent in terms of, I've just found them to be quite almost like what's the word? Not session band, but progressive, more of a festival type band. Whereas this is definitely an album on its own, and would go well in a just standard concert arena. So I was surprised with how much I like this, and as you can hear, it has confused me somewhat, because I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did, and I haven't worked out why yet. So it's, yeah.
Ooh,
I'm sorry, I'm just going all over the place with that.
Interesting. Actually, very, very interesting, because me and Paul are a massive Blue Oyster Cult fan. Paul bigger than me, actually, because Imaginos was, he kept raving on about Imaginos. Paul, what do you think? You're a massive Blue Oyster Cult fan, as was I. What did you think of this album?
I'm lost for words after Ian's review. I really am. It's taking my words out of, I'm lost.
Well,
completely.
we'll move on. And
yeah, okay, I'll try my best. So I can only say that Blue Oyster Cult are my second favourite band of all time, with a unique take. You'd have to find that out.
That must be
unique take on rock music, and where they've half lived in a Cthulhu universe. I've played some of their albums too many times, so when something new comes out, it has a standard to reach. And quite frankly, Ghost Stories is aptly named title, as this is a horror show. The album is made up of rarities, live studio takes, and cover versions that mainly feature the classic lineup of the band rescued from the vaults. And to be frank, quite frankly, it should have been left there. Okay, there are a few listenable tracks, but I was far, far sooner listen to Spectres or Curse of the Hidden Mirror and Imagine Us for the 1000th time than to listen to this sort of put together album. And they've done it in the past and they've been disappointing. Yeah, there are a few catchy songs, a insight of what I might have been, but no, this is not what I would recommend anyone listening to if they want to delve into Blue Oyster Cult.
Yeah, I mean, Paul, do you remember standing in bars, half drunk, golden age of leather? Raise your beer on high. I mean, we grew up on this stuff. I mean, Don't Feed the Godzilla, and all the rest of that stuff, and they are just, and it defies logic that they can't. They are obviously incredibly talented, etc. And yeah, this is a mix of re-recording stuff left on the cutting room floor that session stuff. Or you are right. They a lot of it was from old sessions or jamming that they kind of done and did covers and stuff. Now you all know I hate covers. Unless the cover is absolutely standout, different to anything else that's been. I do not like covers, and so for me that was even worse. That was a nail in the coffin on this one, and the Reaper certainly come out. Apart from Gun. Now Gun was a cracking song, and that made my playlist. And I'm going and for me it was just a little bit of a shining light in the darkness of this album, really, as if a ghost appeared in white. And actually that was the ghost of what was Blue Oyster Cult and how good they could have been or have been, and so there was a glimmer there. But the album, and you stole my words, they should have been left on the cutting room floor. It was very disappointing, and my expectations. I mean, I suppose if you're going in with very little expectations, as Ian's done, whereas mine and Paul's in particular, our expectations were really high, it was incredibly disappointing. Very disappointing. Gutted. I am genuinely gutted because this was one of the albums that I was most looking forward to this month.
Sorry, Nigel. Sorry. I did think Gun. That was the most energetic, enthusiastic, brilliant sort of Gun we've listened to this month.
Yeah, that was a good song. Really liked it.
Yeah.
Right. Well, both Chris and Trish are also agreeing with me, Paul and Dave. Unfortunately, I think Ian, you're the saving grace. You're their shining light this month. Anyway, what do you people think? Do you agree, disagree? Please hit the like, subscribe button, and let us know what you think. And were you as enthusiastic as Ian? Were you, if your blogs come up, were you just as disappointed as we were, or not? But it's only our humble, mediocre opinions that we're doing. Anyway, tune in for the album of the month show and find out where Blue Oyster Cult finish. And we'll see you for the next review. Goodbye for everybody. Bye for now, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.